So yeah, today I also um, well, I am pretty pissed. I mean, like pissed off with a lot of people, and with having to explain the same thing over and over again. It just feels like before these were other issues that I was kind of getting into, and discussions I was getting into with people that had a more political vibe, if I may say so. And now I don't know. I don't know anything right now. I'm just human stupidity will never cease to amaze me. And now, the worst part of it all is that others will pay the price for some individuals' stupidity, and I don't even know where to begin, because there are moments when I feel like, okay, let's spread let's fight misinformation, let's fight ignorance, let's explain people things. Maybe not everybody, people make mistakes and everything. Let's have a discussion, but I don't know. I don't. It's a miracle that some people have survived into adulthood. Honestly, with the way they process information, and it pains me that there are people who really fight for others' lives. Especially right now, and then there are other smart asses who think that they are invincible. And not mentioning some parts of, let's say, occult community and people who just think that either I don't know. I heard all sorts of bullshit, and it's just overwhelming. And now, of course, we crave, especially in isolation, we crave contact. Like, the more we're told we can't do something, we want to do it. So now it's like, everybody wants to go out, and of course we grab our phones and go and talk to people. And of course we're on social media, and I'm all the time on social media, and I always think I have to stop, because it just makes me sick to read so much stupid. And many times I get involved with something, and I'm thinking, what's the fucking point? How the fuck are we even still, what are we fighting for? Like, there is just so much ignorance, and it's, being ignorant is fine. Like, I always just assume that I'm an ignorant, and I always want to learn, but that's not how people think. That's exactly the opposite. People just stick to their, what am I gonna tell about what people do? Everybody knows. It's just been exhausting, and now, you open social media, or you just grab your phone, and you just have, like, you wake up and you have this, like, 1 minute of, before you remember what shit we're in, and it's like this moment, and then you're like, oh fuck. Fuck, like, I was hoping I was a nightmare. So all like that on top, like, it just makes me sometimes feel very, very helpless. And so yeah, I was talking about occult community, where some people think themselves invincible. They might just do some protection or something, and they think that they are immune to the virus, or there are others who say, like, well, you know, if I die, I die, and it's been my time, and if they died, it's been their time, which is just such bullshit. I can't even express my outrage. And of course those who will say that, you know, this is only our human packaging, and next world is whatever, you know, like they, you know, they will all say that until they drown in their own blood. You know, it's just very same with people who are like full of conspiracy. You know, they all know what's happening, they've got it all figured out, they always had. It's just like, you know, their story just changes, depends on the news and of what's happening. And you know, they had a different story back then. Now they obviously have figured this out, and they still just sit in front of their computer and do nothing else but speak their truths in the comfort of their own home. Weird they haven't started revolution yet, since they have it all figured out, because there was a lot wrong with our world before that. So what the fuck? So they're now like, you know, you won't take our freedom. And I know it sucks, and I'm scared too. Like, it sucks too. It is like a perfect environment for someone to take advantage of it. It sucks, and I'm scared. And I think that, you know, as I said, I had different visions, you know, of what could happen, how bad things can go, and nobody really knows. But you know, I still think that staying home is one of the reasonable, you know, responsible things to do. And that's another thing, like the whole fucking, you know, I'm a almighty black magician, and I'm not scared of this or that, and I don't know, I had God on the phone and he told me it will be fine or something. You know, that's one thing. And another thing is, actually, it's not another thing. For me, it's the same fucking thing. Human responsibility. You know, you can, if you don't have a sense of personal responsibility towards vulnerable people, like, I don't give a shit what kind of magician you are. You know, I don't speak to demons. I don't, you know, I'm not like a fucking, you know, living God. Have not learned everything, and I'm actually, and I think that what also what gives people a wrong impression, because I always come from the position of a fool, as I say. You know, you want to know about someone, you don't want to know about something, you go to the source and you learn as if you never heard anything about it before. You can't come assuming that you know things already, because you can't learn like that. You know, if you already have, that's how a lot of people come to me, you know, telling me things about me before they even know me, especially on social media. It's annoying as fuck, and I have no patience for that. But and there are certain people, I don't know why, it's just I do tend to draw this kind of people, and we're not getting on. I often serve as some form of weird projection board on people. Anyway, don't we all? Oh my god. So where was I? So personal responsibility, you know, like, I don't give a shit what kind of magician you are. If you lack human compassion, if you like human responsibility, you know, sense of solidarity with other humans, then your magic is, there's just something very wrong with your magic. I don't care. That's it just doesn't make any sense for me. Then you probably missed some lessons, but I'm not going to come and, you know, teach people about that. Whereas people come and try to teach me about, you know, how I can protect myself and loved ones against the virus or something. You know, it's oh dear. You know, I mean, there are of course things we can do, but still, you know, it doesn't. What are these strange voices in That's my friend talking on the phone. Probably. Jesus Christ, what was that? So, as I was saying, there are things we can do, there are things we can control, and there are things, that we can do magically, which is great, but you still have to stay the fuck home and wash your hands. End of public service announcement. So there we go. That was my rant, and every day there are new reasons, and sometimes I'm thinking like, okay, let's talk, and then I just erase everything and thinking like, yes, we're doomed. Yes, we're doomed. We're fucked. Absolutely fucked. It's this is the truth. I speak as the truth. You won't stop me from speaking my truth. So there we go. I had something more clever to say, but I forgot. So maybe next time. There's always a next time. I have to identify strange sounds.